Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to UBI Open Mic Wednesdays. It's always a pleasure to be here. And today, as a host, it's an honor to be here hosting so many elite poets. It's an elite company for me today with the likes of Anuradha Singh ji, Vandana Oak ji, Shweta ji. So आपको मालूम सबको मालूम है UBI is as a forum on Facebook where everyone, any writer, any poet uh, can, just ink in. So it's I have been associated with them for the past, 3-4 years, and it's been a wonderful journey. And I'm sure a lot of poets and writers who are associated with United by Ink, they also love the platform. They love the events which come in, and open mic is one of my favorites because I love to listen to poets, love to listen to stories recited over here. Though uh, being a working a mother, it's a bit difficult to catch up every now and then, but it's always a pleasure to catch up on friends. I mean, lots of digital friends over here, so it's always a pleasure to catch up on their writings, their reciting of poems. So we'll just not waste much time, and we'll go on with the open mic. Welcome everyone, each poet. It's pleasure having you here today. And I will start with Mrs. Anuradha Singh.
Hello.
Yeah. Mrs. Anuradha Singh, by profession, she's a language and soft skills trainer, and her poems have been published in many newspapers. And apart from writing poetry, she enjoys singing and dancing. She believes that poetry relieves her from worldly pains, and in addition, she's a nature lover, and she likes to be alone with the nature. So, Anuradha ji, over to you.
Thank you so much. And I'm very happy and thankful to UBI Inc. for inviting me on this forum. And actually, I would like to wish all my audiences and request them to go through to listen to my poems. And I hope things will go better as a poet for me. Obviously, I love poetry. So I hope that everybody should go into poetry at least once in a lifetime. Now, my points are like whatever poetry I'm going to put forth in front of you today is like the protagonist is a female protagonist. It's about innocence of love. And they have parted away and they are thinking how to come and be friendly once again. So the title goes like this. The title is You and I. I would like you focus on my poems, my words, and I'll be really thankful if I'll find your appreciation on Facebook. Seems like a world of peace and fraternity. Seems like a world of peace and fraternity. United we lighted, enlightened. Seems like a world of peace and fraternity. United we lighted, enlightened. Severed, benign, whitened. Severed, benign, whitened. United we lighted, enlightened. Severed, benign, whitened. Souls endowed around eternity. Souls endowed around eternity. Remember the moment we met. Remember the moment we met with our roads parted. Remember the moment we met with our roads parted, huge thundering storms started. Huge thundering storms started. Things got cleared, sorted. Things got cleared, sorted. Love and love and love snorted. Love and love and love snorted. Then the love did increase, oh stupidity. Then the love did increase, oh stupidity. And the stars clapping, and the stars clapping when we met flapping. And the stars clapping when we met flapping. Oh, that walk in the Eden. Oh, that walk in the Eden, in the Almighty's vicinity. Oh, that walk in the Eden, in the Almighty's vicinity, that touching of the white angel's feet, that touching of the white angel's feet, accompanying fairies we fleet. They are loving, they had been sharing a very good time together. That walk in the Eden, in the Almighty's vicinity, that touching of the white angel's feet, accompanying fairies we fleet on beauteous street, on beauteous street. Everything sounded discreet. Everything sounded discreet. They were in good time. Everything sounded discreet. Oh my love, what a time we had. Oh my love, what a time we had, engrossed in everlasting grace of love. Engrossed in everlasting grace of love. Oh my love, what a time we had, engrossed in everlasting grace of love. Digressed from worldly love, digressed from worldly head, lost in flabbergasting dove, lost in flabbergasting dove, love and love's nub. Now the same you and I, now as they have parted, now the same you and I, we are a different world. Now the same you and I, we are a different world with our wings furled. Now the same you and I, we are a different world with our wings furled. Eyes exasperated from enchantment of love. Eyes exasperated in furled, eyes exasperated from enchantment of love. Oh, murmuring sweetened delights. Oh, murmuring sweetened delight, the appraisals and beauteous sights, the appraisals and beauteous sights, when we are apart, delayed and flourishing smart, delayed and flourishing smart, come my former beloved, take a vow. Come my former beloved, take a vow to make this world a better place to live, to make this world a better place to live, thus bidding adieu and bidding adieu. Now the next poem is also in the same flourishing emotion of love. The title goes like this: The road half walked. The road half walked. Yeah, I'm still in love with the road half walked. Yeah, I'm still in love with the road half walked when I was alone and you stopped. When I was alone and you stopped, eyes got surprised and junctures mesmerized. Eyes got surprised and junctures mesmerized. Enjoyed love's beauty as dove's deity. Enjoyed love's beauty as dove's deity. Lost in jungles of dream and happiest stream. Lost in jungles of dream and happiest stream. Love enjoyed at the fullest and sinketh the coolest. Love enjoyed at the fullest and sinketh coolest. In depth we sighed, mingled, and dried. In depth we sighed, mingled, and dried to see the unexpected where we couldn't share. To see the unexpected where we couldn't share. As you, a little soul, gifted a toil, and I didn't have the foil. As you, a little soul, gifted a toil, and I didn't have the foil to accept your love and deceit my dove. To accept your love and deceit my dove, but still the love is there. But still the love is there. Alas, alas, my road ends where yours starts. Alas, my road ends where yours starts, and I'm over with all my darts. And I'm over with all my darts, and I don't believe in life after death. And I don't believe in the life after death or any murkier wrath. And I don't believe in life after death and any murkier wrath. So please take the song we created. See, it's a bidding adieu kind of. So please take the song we created to the road most awaited, to the road most awaited for you to move on and the world and make the world a better place to live. Thus bidding adieu and bidding adieu, though bidding adieu, though I'm still in love with the road half walked. Though I'm still in love with the road half walked. Now, there is a very brief poem that I would like to add in front of you and would seek for your blessings to this poem and my words. Thank you so much. I would like to start now. How we take the night and how it goes. How people take up night in various ways that I have tried to fill in very little words. I would like to seek for your blessings. The night listens to. The night listens to songs of stars. The night listens to songs of stars, lullabies of moms. Songs of stars, the night listens to lullabies of moms and entrails of love. Entrails of love, that means two lovers at a night, lullabies, children, and stories of granny. Stories of granny when in enunciation. When in enunciation, it shatters tiring slams. It shatters tiring slams and gets us peace. It shatters tiring slams and gets us peace. The night listens to songs of stars, lullabies of moms, and thrills of love, stories of granny, and when in enunciation, it shatters tiring slams and gets us peace. So, here I am done. And thank you so much for your patience to hear from me. I hope we'll carry on listening to it. Thank you so much, UBI. Thank you so much, Shyam sir. And thank you very much, my dear audiences. Thank you.
That was so full of love, Anuradha ji. It was so full of love. Only love, love, and love everywhere. Nice. And I like the last one, the night one also. It was great having you here today, and I hope everyone is enjoying this evening. Vandana, you would like to say something? Okay. Okay, we move forward now with Shweta Ankur Gupta. She is a hardcore Delhiite, just as me. Yes. Yeah. And she's a physiotherapist graduate. She has also been an ex-research analyst at a leading Delhi hospital. And she is a mom to herself. I mean, like, her little one is just like her. So she is trying to gain back her sanity by handling that little Shweta over there. Yeah, she's a romantic person by heart and has a good sense of humor. Uh, and she entered this beautiful space of writing like 2 years back, and since then, yes, I have seen her in all writing forums, and I'm quite jealous of her because she wins everywhere. So she's a blogger, she's a vlogger, she's a storyteller, she's a YouTuber. I quite enjoy her videos. She's an excellent video maker. She's an excellent vlogger. And yes, her life has turned 360 during the pandemic because she was doing all of this during the pandemic. She is in she's a woman who believes in God. She invests her emotions into relationships, and at home I'm sure she is a very caring wife, lovable daughter, and yes, I will say she's a super mom because she does all of that with so much of ease. So, and her mantra of life is keep your expectations low and to rise high in happiness. So that's a wonderful thought, Shweta. And you can go ahead with your poems now. Over to you.
Thank you, Divya. This was really overwhelming. And thank you, UBI, for this wonderful opportunity. And when I heard Anuradha ji, this was my first time listening to her, but that was so soulful and I really enjoyed it. I feel so amateur and naive in front of you because my writings are really very colloquial and I don't know how to say, but yes, in front of you, I feel that it will be very unfair कि मैं क्या बोलूं. But hope you all enjoy my poems. They are not as deep as Anuradha ji. I write very very plain and simple poems. I hope you all enjoy it.
Looking forward to it, Shweta.
Okay, so the first one is dedicated to my husband, and this is it was a prompt that I got. It was I looked at the moon, and so the poem goes like this: I welcome my morning with a whisper in my ear. I welcome my morning with a whisper in my ear. Wifey, get up! It's that time of the year. With a peck on my cheek, Lilac-colored box he placed in my hand. With a peck on my cheek, a lilac-colored box he placed in my hand. A heart-shaped pendant glimmered inside. Opening to my day was grand. Opening to my day was grand. It was Karwa Chauth. I kept fast for his long life. It was Karwa Chauth. I kept fast for his long life. With a heartfelt gratitude, I prayed Almighty to let our hearts stay forever entwined. I prayed Almighty to let our hearts stay forever entwined. I wore red sari, accessorized with jingling red bangles and shimmery vermilion. I wore red sari, accessorized with red jingling bangles and shimmery vermilion. His red kurta pajama made me fall for him all over again. His red kurta pajama made me fall for him all over again. As day unveils, hunger surpasses every emotion. As day unveils, hunger surpasses every emotion. We spend time together to calm my stomach's commotion. We spend time together to calm my stomach's commotion. We glance at the sky, waiting for the moon to stop playing hide and seek. We glance at the sky, waiting for the moon to stop playing hide and seek. Swiftly the clouds drift away, making way for the scintillating scene. Swiftly the clouds drift away, making way for the scintillating scene. The moon is here. Twinkling stars also rejoice. The moon is here. Twinkling stars also rejoice. I have a sip of water from his hands and later savor food of my choice. I have a sip of water from his hands and later savor food of my choice. Every year, I look at the moon and ask, why don't you rise a little early? Every year, I look at the moon and ask, why don't you rise a little early? Karwa Chauth is the day when our love grows a little more and feels heavenly. Thank you.
That was wonderful, Shweta. That was wonderful. No doubt you win all of those. No doubt at all.
Thank you. Thank you,
Uh,
Divya. Thank you, everyone.
would you like to recite? You would like to go for one more?
Yeah.
Sure. Please go ahead.
So this is dedicated to my daughter. The previous one was for my husband. Now this one is for my daughter. After I became a mother, to say that my every poem now revolves around her only. I don't know, my every poem is now on motherhood only. So I would love to share this poem, which says, "Motherhood changed everything." So I'll begin. The moment my pregnancy test announced I was pregnant. The moment my pregnancy test announced I was pregnant, array of emotions flooded. I received life's best present. Array of emotions flooded, I received life's best present. I failed to believe that I was going to be a mother. I failed to believe that I was going to be a mother. Being a pampered daughter, I was always a clumsy girl. Being a pampered daughter, I was always a clumsy girl. But nurturing a life inside my womb, everything changed for me. But nurturing a life inside my womb, everything changed for me. I began to be faultless and always tried to be happy. Motherhood transformed me as a person with a beautiful identity. Motherhood transformed me as a person with a beautiful identity. Various roles which I played metamorphosed instantly. Various roles which I played metamorphosed instantly. I became skeptical to little of happenings around me. I became skeptical to everything happening around me. Started believing in superstitions and put my priorities in the bin. Now I was a mother first, then a wife to my husband. Now I was a mother first, then a wife to my husband. Movie dates became sleepless nights, so turbulent. Movie dates became sleepless nights, so turbulent. Visit to my Maika remodeled to my daughter's nani ghar. Visit to my Maika remodeled to my daughter's nani ghar. Tiny Gucci and Prada bags grew to diaper bags sized of a bulldozer. Gossips with friends were now a conversation about poop and pee times. Gossips with friends were now a conversation about poop and pee times. Gymming was passe, running after my kids was my only exercise. My heart became tender. Her cries wrapped me in fear, but my soul danced when she slept and I smiled ear to ear. My baby became my son. I revolved around her in continuity. My baby became my son. I revolved around her in continuity. I was a first time mom. Various memories I spent to stay till eternity. From a working mom, from a working woman, I grew to become a stay at home mom. From a working woman, I grew to become a stay at home mom. Motherhood, yes, motherhood changed everything for me, for which I will always be thankful for. Thank you.
This was beautiful, Shweta, I must say. I mean, I think all my memories of being the mother for first time, it just all came in. It was so moving actually. So
Thank you,
I just
Divya.
दीदी
loved
की
it.
आवाज कम करो प्लीज.
Okay.
I just loved it. Anyone has to say anything?
Yeah, Shweta, it's a very nice start, and you will be definitely a very great poet sooner or later. I mean,
Thank you.
depends that you get time for poetry because you're a mom and a little mom.
He's just 5 years old.
Yeah, so mom of a little. So you will do very well. Just carry on.
Thank you, Anuradhaji. Thank you
Be
so much.
associated with UBI.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Means a lot.
You
She's
too.
already, Divya, I would like to add,
Yeah,
like
sure.
you said, she is on every platform winning.
Yeah.
And I really admire her, you know, the way she puts everything in simple words and the way she expresses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Vandana.
It's
Thank
very
you.
it's you know it's simple, but yet it touches you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It just
strikes a
touches
chord,
you.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you've
yeah,
been there.
Connects.
yeah.
It
Thank
connects.
you so much.
Thank you so much, Shweta, to be here today.
Thank you, Divya.
Thank
It's,
you
it's,
so
it's all
much.
thanks to you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll move ahead now. Um, a homemaker who studied interior architecture, but landed up becoming a pre-primary teacher. That's really cool. Well, a friendly person who has learned to balance her personal and family time so that she can take up her hobbies. She's a wonderful poet, I must say, reading and the newfound art of writing. I am also jealous of you because you also win a lot. She started by writing short stories. I am in awe of her short stories. I first read her on the UBI platform during her contest. And I don't know why she has stopped writing it now. You should write more of short stories.
Yes, I love
She's more
poetry.
into poetry now. But I love her poems equally. But short stories were really wonderful. She started by writing short stories and articles on digital platforms, and now she's winning accolades. As I said, I'm very jealous over various writing platforms and rising on her, writing graph. She has been a part of anthology of poems, and she has. I mean, she has this passion in her. She has that वो जुनून जो बोलते हैं कि रोज लिखना ही है नहीं तो नहीं होगा. So I think it's with everyone, and it's just about I mean all of us, and it's just about time that we just manage to write maybe even a 2 line poetry. So वो एक सबके अंदर है, and it's there in Vandana also, and I have uh, known her since the pandemic days, and I really I really hope that she comes up with her short stories. I want to hear one today, Vandana, for sure. So here's presenting Vandana, एक और दिल्ली वाली. Yes, go on.
Thank you, Divya. Yes, I am not writing short stories anymore. So, on your request, I will pen down one soon. And thank you, UBI. Thank you, Sapna ji. Thank you, Sham sir, for giving another opportunity yet again. And today's short story, um, it is dedicated to a person who is no longer with us. She was one of our friends in the KL family, and due to very unfortunate circumstances, she left us. And I have penned down the story because she just completed a year of leaving us, and I have changed the end because that's how I wanted the end to be. So here it goes. Rainbows. Sunbeams were scattered across the soft ripples of the lake, forming tiny rainbows above the water surface. They looked like colorful fairies, gracefully dancing in joy. The soft breeze, filled with fragrance of flowers, stroked Yami and Naren gently, refreshing their senses. The bluebirds and the robins tweeted in symphony, and they both glowed in tranquil bliss. Spring was here. After their morning walk, it was a daily ritual for Yami and Naren to sit down by the lake together, and they would watch the sun go up over the pale blue skies. Yami loved to discover new varieties of flowers planted all across the lake garden. She would click pictures and would later research on their names and blooming seasons. Naren was particularly interested in spotting birds, so they would walk over the hill where the dense and tall trees lined the walkway. Later, they would steadily walk back home hand in hand. Their children were in another country, not too far away, busy growing their wings to fly high in their career sky. Ro- Roshni and Rohan would come down to meet them quite often. What all we want for you is now to get married, Rohan, they would both tell him whenever he would visit. Rohan would just blush and say, I will tell you when the time is right, Papa. And the right time never came. What came was a merciless storm that toppled their world upside down, leaving behind a trail of emotional damage. After a week of incessant rains, Yami and Naren went for their usual walks, which they were so dearly missing. The sky was crystal clear, and the sun shone behind an exquisite rainbow that arched the vast blue sky. Birds were cheeping and chirping as if welcoming them back to the garden. It was a heavenly morning. But the blissful morning turned sorrowful when Yami tripped and fell while walking along the lake and hit against a rock. Naren tried to revive her with his grueling CPR efforts. The tweeting birds became louder, as if calling out in pain. The skies turned grey and the rainbow was gone. Today, after 6 months, Naren came back to the garden. He was pushing a wheelchair in which Yami sat floppily. The magnitude of her fall had left her paralyzed and disabled. With the overwhelming support of her children, her friends, along with her husband's boundless love and undertakings, she was able to breathe in flesh and blood. He took her on a leisure walk around the garden ram and then settled down on the same spot by the lake. The rising sun peeked from behind the clouds, scattering its brilliance and glow all around. The morning was chilly and breezy. Golden sunbeams pierced the ripples of the lake. Yami spotted a tiny rainbow above the sparkling waves. She could see a dainty fairy figure dancing amidst the rainbow and smiling happily at her. She involuntarily smiled back. Naren saw her beaming face and his eyes twinkled in elation. The cool breeze instantly seemed warm and cozy, and he tenderly held her hand as they both gazed at the rainbow. Spring was here again.
Wow.
Thank you.
This was like out of the world.
So, but sadly, the
Yeah.
end, I wish it was the same. There
Yeah.
was spring in their lives.
Yes.
So, my
Very
second,
heart touching.
It was really touching, Vandana. बहुत सुंदर.
thank you. So, here's to you, Yamuna ji, wherever you are. Okay. So, I will end on a happy note. So, it will be a happy poem. The first day. The morning was bright, filled with chaos and chatter. Aunties and uncles, alongside close cousins that matter. Breakfast was done. Endless rounds of tea were still on. Amidst the bustle, the newlywed bride was called upon. She emerged from her room, dazzling in silk and gold. She smiled, sought blessings by touching feet of the old. Mom-in-law's younger sister handed her a cup of tea, while the elder sister-in-law asked if she was ready. The bride grinned sheepishly. That was her reaction. Everyone was excited to see the new bride in action. Bashfully, she stepped in the overcrowded little den. Genially smiling, Meena Maushi stood there in the kitchen. Meena would assist her in this ritual the house demands. All were excited to taste the magic of Bahurani's hands. She was sweaty even before she started the process. Never before she had cooked splendidly, she expressed. No one told she would be tested for her culinary skills. She could have learnt and prepared or run for the hills. She took a deep breath, the apron she wore and sealed. Following the YouTube recipe, she prepared a full meal. The lady clan of the house pitched in to help and guide. Overwhelmed by their gesture, sweet tears of joy, she cried. Everyone appreciated her effort. The meal was relished by all. Her first day of cooking in the new house was a hit after all. Thank you.
It was a lovely one. I think every daughter-in-law will resonate with
Relate to
it.
this.
Yes. Yes. You are as good as a poet as a storyteller. So
Oh.
it's
Yeah,
really nice to hear you any time of the day. So, and you better get on to short stories.
I will. Yes. Thank you once again.
कोई कुछ बोलना चाहेगा? Anyone wants to pitch in?
I would just love to say, Vandana, it was really actually I felt ये तो मेरी ही story, that is my story. बस अगर सब कुछ कर सकती हूँ, मुझे cooking बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है यार. I don't love to cook, but whenever I wish to cook, I actually search on the YouTube videos, and then only I can cook a good meal. So
You know, your generation is lucky you have all these YouTube
Yeah,
channels,
true.
Instas, and everything. You know, poor us, we had Sanjeev Kapoor or Tarla Dalal's
Yes, actually.
books.
Very true. But it was fun listening to it.
Thank you.
I would like to again present a poem in front of you, if you don't mind. This time it's easy.
Yeah, you can have one, no problem.
It's about freedom. So the title goes like freedom. Cages are many. Cages are many, and many are behind the bars. Cages are many, and many are behind the bars. Consciously, we know just one. Consciously, we know just one. The bird dying behind the bars. Consciously, we know just one. The bird dying behind the bars, feeling restlessness within. Many are behind the bars. Consciously, we know just one. The bird dying behind the word, but feeling restlessness within. The prisoners feel it. The prisoners feel it when sentenced to death. My dear, we are also within a cage, agree or not? My dear, we are also just a minute. When sentenced to death, my dear, within a cage, agree or not? Body, norms, job, family, and now COVID. Body, norms, job, family, and now COVID. Are the countries free? Are the countries free? Sorry, darling, subconsciously, but not. Freedom, underestimated. Freedom is underestimated. Freedom is very important. Humanity, virtuosity, originality, the quality of happiness. Humanity, virtuosity, originality, the quality of happiness are gone. Shallow, are we or not? Shallow, are we or not? Animals are better, but nowhere, aren't they? Animals are better, but nowhere, aren't they? What a life needs, yeah. What a life needs, yeah. Luxury, sex, duality. What a life needs, yeah. Luxury, sex, duality. All we need freedom to make the world a better place to live. All we need freedom to make the world a better place to live. Alas, this humanity would never understand it. Alas, this humanity would never understand it, and it would never understand it. Thank you.
That was lovely, Anuradha ji, yet again.
It's wonderful. Such deep thoughts, Anuradha ji. It was very beautiful.
It's a prize-winning poem.
I'm sure it is. It's very beautiful. So true.
Another?
Actually, now I would like to, introduce the host and host, Divya. She would be presenting her piece. Like she said, she's in awe. I am in more awe of you, Divya. Yeah, because your poetry, it's crisp, it's bang on, it's to the point, and yes, no frills, but yes, it strikes a chord, it delivers. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
so here is Divya. She's a poet, writer by passion. And she says it took her more than 2 decades to put her thoughts on paper. She's from the, esteemed Delhi University. And she's an English graduate and a bibliophile. And the world of literature just fascinates her. No wonder she has so many books and other, um, you know, um, credits in her kitty. She first began writing soulful stories for the Times of India, the internet edition, under the section Soul Curry. Her love for reading has got the better of her, and reviews. Um, she reviews the upcoming authors and any new titles that she reads. She spends far too much time reading and listening to music, and I could sense that she's a trained classical singer. I don't know why, how. Divya Venkateshwaran lives in Mumbai. She's a Delhiite, born, brought up there, and works with a renowned education service company. So here's over to you, Divya.
Thank you so much, Vandana, for that lovely introduction and all those words you said for me. I'm not a very good poet. I started with writing stories like as you do, but I am not a very good storyteller at all. I realized it much later, though. I somehow managed to be into, I mean, getting into poetry. So I'll start with the one. Uh, Anuradha ji had spoken about COVID. So I'll start with uh, one of those. Moments of trials no one expected as the buzzing city finally slept, turning days gloomy and unreal, nights into a dark tomb unadept. Fearing the air, what it could hold, unaware of the days and time passing by, hope it is stuck in the past, bearing each moment with a weeping eye. Peeping through the window to a new world, standing through losses and pain, masked faces difficult to perceive, keeping a distance, no one can complain. Streets walked down have become unknown. Dreams are the only places we know. Bereaved of our years and months, nature has put on its own show. Moments flying by as we stand still, sun rises and sets across the horizon, hoping the uncertain storm to subside, calling out to freedom in anticipation of living. Thank you. This was written during COVID, but it just, I mean, it it came in one of the books. So I wrote one poem, and I want each one of you here, if you, I will not. It's about a food, and it's just a small poem, and I would like everyone over here to guess it. What the food? What is the food item? A little box of spices uncovered, distinctive due to a local ingredient. Fresh grated coconut, coriander seeds, roasted to perfection, flavors gradually permeating. The genesis of lunch, lentil and tamarind mixed gravy, vegetables in abundance, the podi differing across regions and households, tempered with fresh curry leaves, a bliss with steaming fluffy rice. I am not reading the last line. I want you all to guess it.
It's sambar.
Sambar, an elixir so comforting. You got it right, Vandana.
Yeah, delectable poem, huh?
It just, I was sitting ऐसे ही, तो किसी ने बोला कि फूड आइटम पे लिख सकते हो पोएम, ऐसे किसी ने पूछ लिया, मैंने बोला क्यों नहीं, लिख सकते हैं, देखते हैं, ट्राई करते हैं. So I wrote that. My last piece I am delivering today. We all know that Chaitra Navratri is around the corner. So I had written something about Navdurga. So I'll like to recite that. Daughter of the Himalaya, Shailputri, as she ascends sympathetically, a running spring from her womb, worshipping her eruptive embers. She symbolizing goddess Parvati in a meditative state in her own shrine, Brahmacharini, exploring her own strength, staring on the golden light of Shiva himself. Eyes revealing a hidden mystery, fierce with 10 arms and a crescent moon. On her forehead, she moves swiftly, goddess Chandraghanta, unleashing the inner tigress in all of us. Carrying a little warm energy as her name suggests, where universe and evolution continues life. This is where the cosmic transformation begins. Sorry, Kushmanda giving her rise of hope for a life. This is where the cosmic transformation begins. Rooted on a lotus flower with grace, taking away the darkness as she embraces her child. Fill me with your light is what the child Kartikeya asks for. His name derives from her own Skandamata. Gleaming in her eyes, unmatched valor, confronted the fiercest form riding on a lion, an indomitable spirit, an unquenchable fire, a form of Shakti and warrior goddess named Katyayani. Her skin dark with a sheen through stars, sacrificing her skin color, adorning a dark complexion, a dark woman, Kalaratri, no sane person will tame. Third eye on her forehead, containing the entire universe. Radiating the energy of the sun, eyes fueling the source. Space between the brows is where the love resides. Decked up with a trishul and damru, her wings blessing, Mahagauri casts an eye on unkempt hearts of her devotees, bringing in somber cries of affection, lotus bound with a mace, discuss, and book, seeking and signifying perfection in all things worldly. Siddhidatri, the ninth form, espousing her divinity. An infinite greatness, an indescribable beauty, tinkling anklets creating music with each step, as the world sings her name, not with glory and fame. Navdurga, she's the one bestowing with no hesitation. Thank you so much.
Wow, powerful.
Yes,
Really,
very
Divya.
powerful. Loved it.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
Overwhelming. I'm religious.
Yes, I
I
am
really
religious too. I don't follow the Chaitra Navratri, but yes, I religiously follow the one which comes
Navratri.
yeah, the Navratri. I do follow it. I have a 9 days fast and all of that. So yes, so and I have been sharing about Navdurga. I think I shared about Navdurga in UBI's platform only. Every day I used to share about each goddess associated with that particular day. So I drew some inspiration from there and just put it over here. So hope everyone liked it.
One more.
One more.
Yeah.
I think it will be too much. I think we are running out of time, so I will not take much of time and we'll just end it over here. It has been a lovely evening today with such elite company. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, Vandana. Thank you, Anuradha ji. Thank you, Sham Sundar ji, for coordinating this event every Wednesday. And I reach out to all poets and writers across the world, across the globe, to come and register for the UBI Open Mic. We conduct it every Wednesdays. The details are there on the UBI platform as well. And you can have it on YouTube, you can have it on Facebook, Insta, everywhere. So please follow us there and register for Open Mic. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching us. Whoever is watching us, thank you so much for giving your time for us. And thank you so much, all writers and poets over here who took out time and blessed us with this lovely evening today. Thank you so much. So we
Thank you,
end,
Divya.
yeah, so
Thank
we
you,
end the,
Niladji.
Thank you,
Vandana.
everyone, UBI and the
Thank
audience.
you, Divya.
so
Thank
signing
you
off
so
for
much.
today. Let's meet next Wednesday for a new, for a, for another open mic with new writers and poets. Thank you so much. Have a great evening ahead.